Greetings of the day. I do not know the listeners will be good morning, good evening, or what time frame they will be. We are meeting immediately after signing a MOU understanding on a subject which is eVTOL. And if you look at the activity in our part of the world, last couple of days, it is the subject is rocking in the parliament. Minister has given the statement, opposition have given the statement, industry have given the statement, and I happens to part of your discussions. I thought it is the appropriate time that I should take some moments out of your precious time. I know that you have come early morning, you had sleepless evenings, and then you still have to take the flights. So, but still spending few moments, taking out of a busy schedule will be good for the industry. And now, first of all, if you can briefly narrate the occasion, the understanding MOU your side.
Well, thank you for having us. We enjoyed having you as part of this discussion. We were very fortunate today to be able to sign a memorandum of understanding which will lead to cooperation between two industry associations. The new association that is being founded right now here in India, AAMAI and SALAAM, the Sky Alliance for Automated Air Mobility, with a location in Salzburg, Austria and Munich, Germany.
Over to you. You want like to add, and you can also would like to claim the salam. Salam means this salam also. What is another salam, right?
Yeah. So salam, the purpose behind this for us is peace, and as Corey mentioned, Sky Alliance for Automated Air Mobility, we partnered up with different domain experts in the AAM industry, be it vertiports, be it air traffic management, be it weather data, be it digital twin, be it OEMs, everything that is required to make a full system or to deliver a turnkey solution in joint collaboration with the local government and as well with AAMAI. Sorry.
Right. Good. You are really opened the Pandora box so far as the questioners are concerned. We know the time is constrained, but then hitting the nail at the appropriate time is very important. One prominent question always comes to my mind because we are aviators. For aviation, safety is always a prime concern. And safety is a top concern for any new mode of transportation. I consider this as a new mode of transportation. And then what are the safety features and protocols that are being built into eVTOL designs? And how will manufacturer and director ensure that these vehicles meet the highest safety standard? Question is common to both of you, and at appropriate time you can come in. Over to you, sir.
Yvonne and I represent two significant verticals in the industry.
Right.
The air vehicle manufacturing and the digital system behind bringing different partners together. Yvonne will speak to the features that are secured by the air vehicle design, and I will talk about how my company Skyroads creates a digital background that combines all the actors in the ecosystem into one safety critical total transport system. So over to Yvonne first to talk about the Fly Now e-copter.
Yes, right. Good.
Yeah. So I am not only with Salam, but as well CEO and co-founder of Fly Now Aviation, a company based out of Austria, and we developed a modular e-copter family, electric helicopter flying automatically in predefined routes, transporting goods and passengers. We have one vehicle that can carry 200 kilograms of a payload for the cargo version in the size of a Europallet, as it is the most common size in logistics. And then a single and a twin-seater. Why single and twin-seater? Very easy. When you usually order Uber or a taxi, you do that for yourself or for you and a partner, and you don't want to wait till 3 or 4 other guests are joining the same route. So we want to, ease the situation on the ground, and therefore we search for opportunities to bring some of the traffic into the sky. We developed this eVTOL in a way so it is net zero, it's very silent, it has a very little infrastructure footprint, and concerning safety, what your question was, we have a 4 times redundant e-motor, a 4 times redundant battery, a multi-redundancy in software, and in the unlikely case that everything fails, we can auto-rotate and come down safely as well. And for the system, because there is the vehicle and as well the implementation for the system, I would hand over to my colleague.
Great. Over to you, sir.
Well, you heard that the helicopter itself is a very safe proposition. You all know that aviation in itself is one of the safest modes of transport worldwide, and we intend to keep it that way. So how do we do that if we want to fly many different eVTOLs or e-helicopters in the same confined airspace in city space? Well, part of it is making sure that the vehicle itself, the helicopter, is secure and safe in its operations by making it redundant. The other part is making sure that it gets navigated from point to point safely. The big issue here is the word that we use as deconfliction, basically planning routes that don't interfere with other vehicles' routes. This can be done in a very reliable manner, and as a matter of fact, if you do it digitally with the appropriate algorithms, it can be safer than when a pilot is flying, because these algorithms can react faster and more precisely than a pilot actually could. The question that many of you will be asking is, what does the system do if something goes wrong? If somebody flies into your route that you hadn't planned for, if buildings have changed, if the landing spot isn't available, and we call that element contingency management. And one of the big challenges that we're all looking at is, how do you manage contingencies that you cannot foresee? Well, and here we have a big advantage in aviation, and that is what we all together with our friends in India want to take advantage of. Actually, the skies are cleaner than the ground is. In other words, we know better what is happening in the sky than we do what is happening on our streets, which is why the sky is a very good learning field for all of us. The sky can be described pretty exactly. We know pretty exactly where buildings start and stop. We know where other routes are planned for other vehicles, and we can plan around those. So actually, the sky is not more complex than the ground. It is easier, and it's a good place for all of us to start. So the system we are designing makes sure that a knowledge of what is happening in the sky gets input into a system, and smart algorithms plan routes. And the end effect will be transport that is actually safer than on the ground, more efficient, and more autonomous for you as a user. In other words, you can decide when and where you want to go, and you can decide the time of day, you can decide the routes, and you can actually even change your mind while you're in the air. The system will take care of these things in a very safe and reliable way. And we're excited to be sharing that with our friends here in a nation of India, which is dedicated towards being a leader in this industry.
Good, right. Thank you very much. I had told you that I will be taking about 5 minutes only, but at times I become a bit greedy, because having such a profession at my hand, if I do not ask one more question, I will not be satisfied. Right, with your permission, I will take another 5 minutes. We are already crossed the limit of time taken from you. What are the most significant challenges that eVTOL manufacturers face in terms of certification, regulation, and public acceptance, and how do you see these challenges being addressed? Why I have taken this from your answer, because you are already into the manufacturing, providing the services, so that I think you know this best. Over to you, ma'am.
So thank you very much for addressing this very viable question. So first of all, we believe that vehicle needs to be affordable and available for the broad public in order to be implemented. And when we compare it to the automotive industry, more than 100 years ago, it was not Rolls-Royce or Mercedes-Benz that was implemented on a broad scale, because it were way too expensive for the broad public to afford. But then came Ford with the Model T, and this changed everything. So we consider ourselves as the enabler for 3D mobility when it comes to eVTOLs, because we designed our e-copter in a way so it is affordable and available for the broad public. This is a major aspect as well for the acceptance. And when it comes to acceptance, the second thing is we focus on logistic applications first, so that we have enough experience and we have a proven technology and we know that it is safe before we sit a human person in it. I think this is very, very important to have. And then as well, what we experience a lot when we exhibit our e-copter, when people can sit in it and via VR goggles and experience a virtual flight, they get the feeling about it. And first of all, a lot of people say, oh, I would not use it, and then they try it, and then they come out of and say, I can't wait to use it.
Exactly.
And this is something that we need to create, and what we need to educate as well, and we need to create this experience, and we need to make it accessible for everything, and we need to create at the beginning as well use cases that serve the broad public, be it firefighting solutions, be it search and rescue operations, so that people say, okay, we all benefit from it. And then we have good acceptance and implementation.
You are a great confidence builder, and listening you, anybody will feel, yes, I need the eVTOL tomorrow. Or what you would like to add? Anything, sir?
Well, Yvonne mentioned that vehicles, in order to be adopted publicly, need to be available at a price point that is attractive to everyone. You will be asking, of course, yes, the price point may be attractive, but is it safe enough? And the regulators are here to make sure it is. Again, aviation has always been a safe mode of transport, and we intend to keep it that way. The regulators worldwide are struggling to create regulations that cover this particular aspect, this new technology, and we are finding ways to satisfy those requirements. The certification authorities are charged with keeping the public safe, and we're very grateful for the job they're doing. We have new regulations coming up, but on the other hand, we know what the fundamentals of aircraft design and system design are, and we have the opportunity to get ahead by applying the known mechanisms and adapting them in the future to whatever new regulation comes. So in sum, we are all very, very sure that we can build future-proof vehicles already today and benefit the public at a very early point in time.
All right, good, very good. You have generated my interest more deeply. And since we are taking this interview or talking in India, would you like to add something with context of India?
Well, the reason we're here is because we're excited about the specific opportunities that offer themselves in India, and we're also excited about the leadership that has been exhibited here by moving forward and creating the industry association that we are now part of. So there are very specific opportunities here. Number one, you know yourself, it's a huge market, which is interesting to any entrepreneur, of course. But there's also a vision to make this a national goal and direct public resources to implementing this technology. And we believe that India has the opportunity of leading this market.
Good, right. Anything from your side? You are sitting in a very good sunshine area. I am very happy you must be enjoying the sun in the winter times.
Absolutely,
Right.
yes. additionally, India is a huge soft power. And I think this is a prerequisite to unlock this potential, because this future industry is all about collaboration. And therefore, this adds a lot of value to it.
Good, right? Thank you very much. And we would like to come into a common frame with your permissions. Right, such a sunny time. And thank you very much. We had a good time and looking forward to your visit again and again. All right.